Hi everyone, I welcome you all back to my YouTube channel. My name is Olumayowa Olohun, your favorite chanter here in the building. Yes, first of all, I want to thank you all for liking my videos, for subscribing to my YouTube channel, for commenting, for all the advices. I am really grateful. And you'll notice that for a while now there has been a break. Yeah, it's a much needed break. See guys, I needed the break. Yeah, it's in the past now, because now I'm back, and I'm back for good, for better, and for the best. Yes, welcome you all back to this channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like my videos. Don't forget to share and comment. Yes, we need your constructive criticism. They are all welcome. Thank you very much for the love so far. Yeah, today we are back again with another episode of Oriki 102. Yeah, if you see me looking down, I have some things that I've labeled down in my jotter. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite Oriki singers and why I love them. For those of you that followed me or that watched my last video, you notice that I mentioned some things about some Oriki singers, and I would like to mention their names here and tell you why I love them. Yeah, you might not have the same opinion or the same mindset, or or the same reasons for liking the various Oriki singers that you have. You all know that we have so many Oriki singers, yes, presently, which I am also one of them, now. So this things I'm going to be saying here, they are based majorly on my own point of view. Yeah, from my own point of view. You can always have a contrary opinion, because I would not want people to go into the comment section and start saying stuff. It's based on my own point of view. So now, without wasting time, let us just dive into that video. Now, the first person I'm going to be mentioning is our father, Babawa Gongogon. Our father, Suleiman Ayilara Aremu, popularly known as Adobe. Yes, one of the major reasons why I love him is because I grew up knowing him. I don't know if there are other Oriki singers out there that came right before him, but I am talking about my own personal preference now. Adobe tops my list because number one, I grew up knowing him. He is so versatile. I don't know, but when I just started this thing, when I let me say, when I started doing it for commercial purpose, when I started doing Oriki for commercial purpose, he was one of the first people that was recommended to me. I just typed Oriki. I think I wanted to do Oriki Egba then. I just typed Oriki Egba, and Adobe work came. I was like, oh wow. And I listened to it, and you can never go wrong when you listen to Adobe videos on the various Orikis that he has done. Adobe is consistent. Yes, it's consistent. Ó fẹ́ má sí oríkì ìlú tí Adobe ò ti ṣe. Even in as much as I used to say that I like him, he's one of my favorites, there are a lot of Oriki that he has done that I have not even listened to. So he's so versatile, he's consistent, and the last but not the least is he is original. Yes, Adobe is original. He does his things. He doesn't copy anybody. He does. I have said it earlier that all these things I'm saying are to the best of my own knowledge. Adobe for me is original. Yes, so the second person on my list is Mama Oriki Ayo Ewebi. I have a lot of reasons why I love listening to her. Yes, I told you that these reasons are personal, because you might have a contrary opinion, but for me, in this learning process, she has been so useful to me, and that's why she's one of my favorites. The first reason is because she's unique. Her voice is unique. It's distinct. She doesn't do a thing like other chanters out there do. She doesn't copy anyone. She came out and she carved a niche for herself, and I felt like, wow, why can't I follow this person that has carved a niche for herself in this Oriki industry? So number one thing that drew me to her was her uniqueness. Then the second one is she has a very strong voice. Sometimes I used to wonder that this woman's voice, she go in hand, does her voice not crack? Because she sings, and there is this aura around her, the air around her whenever she I've watched her live on stage, and I've watched her video mostly. When I see the way she does her thing, she has a very strong voice. While on stage, she has stage control. She has everything it takes to be a performer. Then bringing it down to praise singing, she knows how to combine everything together. And I felt, wow, why can't I just emulate her? Then I've talked about it before, her stage control. Then another thing that is very important is she knows what she's doing. As a chanter, please, you need to know what you are doing. Oh, brother Lekai Mokona, you need to know what you are doing. You need to know. You need to know what you are doing, and that is one of the things that made me love Mama Ayowebi. She knows what she's doing. In fact, don't let me praise her too much. Yes, she's one of my favorite. Then the next set of people I'm going to be mentioning their names. I don't know. Their names might not be very, very popular, or you might not know them, based on the time which they reigned, I think they are dead now, but at least if I mentioned, for those of you that listen to all this, you know them very well. At least you have heard their name once or twice. The first person is Elemure Okunyemi. Yes, Elemure Okunyemi and Chief Adedara Arunra Loja Oba. Yes, you see those two people whenever they are singing, and you are talking to me, see, I will not hear what you are saying. It's what they are singing. That I love good things. I love when people make tunes that are not popular out there. There's a particular type of music that they make. I'm going to do a separate video for it. I'm not going to mention it here. Well, you can drop it in the comment section anyway if you know the type of music they make. Chief Adedara Raloja Oba. In fact, anytime I listen to his music, it gives me insight. Whenever I get jobs from come and do Oriki Ilefe, come and do Oriki Ijesha, Ekiti, I listen to them, and their songs gives me ideas of how to go about all those Orikis, and why am I here if I cannot diversify, So that's just it about them. They are so useful. Their music is so useful as far as Olumayowa Olunyo, is concerned in this industry. Then I move to the next person, which is Remi Chanter. Yes, Remi Omoyalira. That woman, the way she used to do, especially when she goes for surprise. I love watching her surprises. I love it. I really, really love it. She has this charisma. When she enters, you know that somebody is here. And this person that came is not just here to come and play. She is here for business, and she will not leave any stone unturned. She will touch every areas that she is supposed to touch. And sometimes she used to challenge me. I'll just look at myself and be like, Mayowa, see now, performance, look at the way she used to carry herself. The way even our guys, let me put it that way, the drummers, the backup singers, every one of them, it shows they know what they are doing. It shows they used to rehearse. That's another thing. You cannot be a performer without rehearsing. Either you do it personally, that one is even the number one. You have to have a personal rehearsal. Then number two, you want to go out with your guys, you need time to come together, rehearse whatever you want to do. Whenever Remi Chanter comes on stage, goes for surprises, even the recorded videos that she used to do, you know that these people are rehearsing. It's not just as if they just bring themselves together and start making, don't let me call it nonsense. So I love the way she used to play with words. I love the way she plays with words a lot in our Oriki, She will not just say, there's a way she just put everything together and be like, oh wow, that's, I love it when chanters are able to play with words. And other chanters I've mentioned earlier too can also play with words, even the ones I'm going to still mention. Yes, they know how to play with words. I love through Remi Chanter. I learned a lot of songs. Yes, wherever you are, I don't know if you've been listening or watching this video. I am so grateful to God first, and I'm really appreciative of everything I've been able to learn from you. I'm really happy, and I appreciate you a lot. Yes, I'm one of your secret admirers. If you don't know, I'm coming out here to say it to the public. Yes, I love your charisma. I've said it before. I love it when you put off a physical appearance, even on stage, everywhere. I love everything about you. Then the number 5 on my list is Beriola Ayoshino. Hey, see that guy, Oh God. Let me sigh. He's so good. The first thing that drew me to him was his voice. He has a very sonorous voice. Now let me come and tell you something. Beriola does not only sing Oriki. He does other genres of music too, and he does it perfectly well. So sometimes when I watch him, I used to wonder that, oh no, God, why will you give just one person this much talent? No, then now what happened? I used to ask myself. So I love watching people like that, people that have talents and they are able to make use of it. Briola is good. He has the voice and he knows how to make good use of it. He's unique. Another thing I learned from Beriola is Oriki language. I don't know if I'm correct, but I'll try to explain myself. See, me, I'm a typical Lagos girl. I really don't know how to speak all those Yoruba or Yoruba. It was when I started chanting that I learned it, that there are ways that you say stuffs. You don't just say it the way you speak your normal Yoruba. At least even if you cannot speak very well, listen to all these chanters that have that I've mentioned, and even Beriola knows how to put this Yoruba Oriki language. That's why I called it Oriki language. Oriki language to me is the Yoruba Oyo. Shibi. You now call it Shibi by doing Oriki. Beriola will not call it Shibi. He will call it Sibi. Sibi, things like that. You know how to infuse it in your Oriki. When people listen to you, they will not be listening to a Lagos girl doing Oriki. They will be listening to you not want to say Odun Ayo, Odun Ola, lo ma she. That's the normal Yoruba that me, I understand. Odun Ayo, Odun Ola, lo ma she. You cannot now start doing Oriki and now say Odun Ayo, Odun Ola, lo ma she. People like Beriola will laugh you. People like those people that I mentioned earlier, Baba Adobe, Ayobi, Remy Chanta, they will laugh you and be like, look at this, what she's saying. Because they expect you to speak that Oriki language that brings all the Yoruba tribes together. So you say something like Odun Ayo, Odun Ola, Losimo, say. So that's what I mean by the Oriki language. Beriola knows it very well. Then another thing is the way he infuses modern instruments into traditional chant. Sometimes when I watch his performances, it used to be as if that thing is on my it used to be as if it's ayami gongon not in there, because he knows it well, he knows how to do it. He does it well. He even dance. Me, I don't know how to dance. I used to pray. I'll be like, God, Beriola, this is why now, God, give me small too. So all those things makes him a complete performer. Yes, exactly. He knows what he's doing as well. Then the next person I'll be mentioning, the last but not the least, because I would not want this video to be too long so that it won't be boring. Ashake Akewi. I mentioned that I actually saved that name for the last two because she's a woman after my heart. I don't know why. I don't know for what reason. I don't know if my reasons are enough for me to put her so much on my heart, but I just cannot help it because Ashake is good. Through Ashake, I learned that you don't need to scream when you want to chant. I used to scream before. So if I just go out once like this, after one trip, boys don't go. It was through Ashake that I learned that, no, Mayowa, you don't need to scream. Just look at this girl. Look at the way she's doing her thing and the message is being passed across and she's not even screaming. And the voice is as sonorous as ever. That one is one of the things I learned from her. I learned so much from her that, she began to challenge me. Whenever I want to be challenged, I want to do a new thing, I just go to her page and I listen to her. No how, I will find something that is interesting that I will want to emulate to. Yeah, she's worthy of emulation. I don't know. Although I'm going to mention other chanters that are good. Your own favorite might not be my own favorite. Do you get? So I'm going to mention other chanters in another video that you can always listen to, that you learn one or two things. I am only talking about my own favorite. She's versatile. She also has that Oriki language. I learned a lot from her as well as per Oriki language. She's one of the chanters that captured my heart. At the first time I listened to her, I was like, who is this? This person is so good. The very first time, and I got stalked. I started listening. At a point, I think when I just started, I didn't listen to any other. If I want to do any Oriki and I don't know, I don't know the Oriki of that particular town, I will first of all go and check if Ashake has done it before listening to any other person. I'm so obsessed. Yeah, that shows you how much I really, really like her work, because there's no how I listen to her, how I'll learn something new. She captured my heart the very first time I watched her. She also does Adamo. That's one thing. Don't feel that makes her different from us. She does Adamo, and I'll be like, hey, this guy will not kill me. What that for now? Yeah, we are going to talk about Adamo in our subsequent videos. Yes, Ashake does Adamo, and there's another thing that she tries to do. I know she's still learning. At least she has challenged me in that aspect too, and I'm working towards it. If you give her any Oriki, probably Oriki Ijebu, she will try as much as possible to do it like the way the Ijebu people do their music. She try as much as possible to copy it, at least if not all. It will have an element of the way Ijebu people does their own music. If you give her Oriki Ile-Ife to do, she will try as much as possible to make sure that the elements of Ife music is there. If you give her Ondo, she will try as much as possible to make sure that you listen to it. At least you are from Ondo. They have their own different ways of making their music. You see that element there, and that's one thing I love about Ashake Akewi. Now, for a recap, I mentioned Suleiman Nailaya Adobe. I mentioned Ayowebi Oriki. I mentioned Chip Adedara. And I also mentioned Chant, Chief Elemure Ogunyemi. I mentioned Remy Chanta. I mentioned Beriola Yoshino. And I mentioned Ashake Akewi. Those are my own favorites. And I told you in my next video, I'm going to be getting you a list of other chanters that are also very, very good, that I have listened to, and I can testify that I know. I don't know if there are more than that, but the ones that I know, I'll make a list of them and put it out there for you that are just learning how to chant, so that I can listen to them at least, and you can also pick your favorites from there. Here is where we're going to end today's video. I hope and I believe that you have learned something from today's video. Till I come your way next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Bye.